Hello dear students, this is continued video on database management system introduction chapter. In the last video we discussed about the simplified database environment system, that how we process the queries when we enter some queries or some questions, how the DBMS software processes those queries and how it will fetch from the stored database, and it will contact with metadata or DBMS catalog. Also from there also it will fetch the database description, database definition called as metadata, and it will search in the stored database. If the data is present, it will retrieve and it will fetch the data to the user. If the data is not present, it will give a message saying that data does not exist in the database. This is the simplified environment about database we studied. And the next concept, we studied the different characteristics of the database. In that, the first characteristic, we studied the self-describing nature of the database management system. What is that self-describing nature of the database management system? In the sense, the database itself describes about it. How? By giving the definition or the description of the database. As I take the example of a student in the last video, if we take a table student, it is data. About this data only, it is giving some more details. What is that? Student contains some fields like name, roll number, subject, course. As it is containing these fields, what data types those fields are having and how much size they are holding, and they belongs to which relation. This data is given by that database itself. It is data about data. It is describing itself. That is self-describing nature of DBMS. This character we studied in the last video. And the second characteristic is that insulation between programs, data and data abstraction. The third characteristic is support of multiple views of data. The fourth characteristic is sharing of data and multi-user transaction processing. These further characteristics we are studying in this particular video. Relation between programs and data abstraction. In file system, if some changes are made in the file structure, then to handle these changes, more changes have to be made in all the programs that access this file. For example, if you want to add a piece of data, say birth date or a date of birth of students, just adding it is not enough. The whole program will have to be rewritten to make it work. What is the meaning of this in the sense? Here in the file system, as I have added some new piece of data, that is date of birth, I should change the program whatever I had written before to make it work, else it will not work. The whole program will have to be rewritten to make it work. This is the disadvantage. That is why we say in file system, if some changes are made, what change I'm making? I'm adding one more extra data, new piece of data, that is date of birth. Then to handle these changes, more changes have to be made in all the programs. So whatever I had written before, I should change all those programs to make it work. But in database system, all you need to do is define another data item in the catalog called date of birth, and all the changes will be reflected, and there is no need to change the whole program. In the database also, you are adding new piece of data, that is date of birth. Where you are adding that? You are adding that to the catalog. When you add that in the catalog, it will be reflected in the database and it will work fine. There is no need to change the whole program. This is the advantage of the database. So we say here programs and data are independent. This is called as program data independence. Program data independence refers to the capability of leaving data intact and accessible regardless of modifications to the database that contains the data. Regardless of modifications to the database, regardless of modifications, nothing but the changes if you make to the database, also the data is intact. Intact is nothing but what? It is not altered. Intact in the sense not altered. If you make some changes also, the data is accessible. It is not altered. It is working fine. That property is called as program data independence. If you change or if you make the changes in the data also, you are not supposed to access or make all the changes in the programs what you had written. Program data independence refers to the capability of leaving the data intact and accessible regardless of the modifications to the database that contains the data. If you make any changes also, it will work fine. The data will not be altered. Next comes the data abstraction. A data model is used to hide storage details and present the users with a conceptual view of the database. What is data abstraction? Data abstraction concept you also studied in Python programming OOPS concepts. What is data abstraction then? It is displaying only necessary information and hiding the background details. Here also it will hide the physical storage structures or the storage details and present the user with conceptual view of the database. Conceptual view nothing but it displays or focuses on describing data types, entities and relationships, etc. Next characteristic is that support of multiple views of the data. A database has multiple users. Each user may need different views or perspectives of the database. A database view can be the information that is stored in the database or is derived from the database. In the sense, support multiple views of the data. For example, there are 60 students in the class. 60 students are there, they are present. But I want only 4 students from roll number 1 to roll number 4. That time I will call only roll number 1 student, roll number 2, roll number 3, roll number 4. Only I call those 4 students because only those 4 students are required for me to do some task. Multiple users in the sense different n number of users are accessing the database same time. For a same movie, I want to book a ticket, you also want to book a ticket, your friends are also booking. Multiple users are accessing the database and sharing of data. Whatever the movie, the details of the movies what you are watching, it is same for me also, for you also, for your friends also. Sharing of data, the data what we are sharing is same and all are performing the transactions. Multiple users are performing the transactions and it is processing all those transactions. And the DBMS must include concurrency control, which is supposed to ensure that the information is correct when multiple users try to access and update the data. What is this concurrency control then? The DBMS must include concurrency control, we are saying. What it is? The database management system concurrency control manages simultaneous access of the database and it prevents two users from editing the same record at the same time. It prevents that and also serializes those transactions for backup as well as for recovery purpose. Guys, you can see this is a bus seat arrangement. Here it is showing the seats which are available. All the seats are available now, all the 20 seats. Now after 5 minutes if you check whichever is in red color, those seats are booked. You want seat number 1, on that you selected. Seat number 1 is selected. Fine, you selected, but one more person selects the same seat, that time it is showing is not available. Kindly select another seat because it is selected by somebody else now. so it is showing this. But later on what you'll do, you'll unselect that, you'll not perform your transaction because you feel like you don't want on that particular day, you want to travel some other day. By mistake you selected that seat with respect to some other date. So what you will do, you will not perform the transaction, you will not complete the transaction, but you already selected that seat. When you try to book that, it is showing in red color saying that it is already booked by someone else, but that person has not yet completed the transaction, it is not yet booked. So it should not show like that unless and until they complete the transaction. And one more thing is that one person books one seat, the same seat should not be available to another person at the same time. If one person already booked, even though it is showing for some other person also, for example seat number 21 is already booked, but the seat number 21 is available for some other person also, he may also book. If both the person books for the same seat, it is not valid, it should not show like that. It should not be available for multiple users at the same time. So we say the DBMS must include concurrency control, which is supposed to ensure that the information is correct when multiple users try to access and update the data. It should be correct when we are accessing the data. Hope you are getting what I am saying. Fine. These are the different characteristics we studied about the database. Thank you.